Alright, I'm back. Now, just as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by a piece of shit cup on the floor. Uh, again, those stoppages can be easily averted. I'm guessing it's because of the excess tape I added recently to the tips to try and keep it up. Please, nobody comment a fucking dick joke about that. 'Cause that wasn't meant to be a bad erection joke. I'm guessing if I remove some of the excess tape, then maybe that'll work. But I'm not completely sure, and I'm not gonna rip apart the tape barriers now, because, well, it'll take me too long. And sometimes there it goes, there it goes. Just give it a nice helping hand with the piece of shit. Come on. You can turn, come on. See, once I bring out the tape on that part, then the thing will fly all over. That's the reason why I kept the tape there. And now I had to remove it. I have moved some tape up here. Let me show you what happens then. First I'm gonna add some more fucking tape to this shit. So there. Now, it's even more shittier. So there you go. It still works and is reliable, and it still has a wallop, depending on which kind of dart you use. But there's still problems with the chamber because, well, it doesn't really cycle as much. The locking mechanism sometimes doesn't work properly, but those can be easily averted, those problems. And I learned the more tape you use, the more stoppages there are. So, try to avoid using too much tape if you're going to do this mod, because, again, keep the tape even. And make sure that you're able to engage the lock. There it goes, that's working a little better. See what this thing is trying to do now? It's trying to move to my left, because that's the way the barrel's turning. Keeping the bottom is recommended, but again, I sawed off the whole bottom. Like, if you saw it off to at least here, I did that with another Maverick before it broke, and I had better results. It still stayed like that, and it kept cycling. Again, if you're gonna do this mod, you're better off keeping at least a bit left, or else that'll happen, and you'll need to duct tape the whole fucking thing up. And too much tape means no cycling, which means you'll have to cycle it manually, like a fucking Spectre. Too less tape, well, the thing will go all over the place. You try and cycle it, and it's gonna turn left. So here's the tip. You put most of your tape on the left side, because you want to keep these two little pegs, so you're able to, keep it in place. Because without this whole thing, this wouldn't be able to, stay. But without this part, at least, it would fire much easier. But there'd be nothing holding it efficiently. There'd be nothing holding it efficiently, I should say. I don't know. I might just cut that part, cut these two parts off and leave bits of it to keep the chambers in place. And then once I do that, the cycling problem can be averted, and I can do it like this. Put a little tape in between this, in between the chamber and this little bit that stays, and then it'll be able to work properly. But until then, I won't be able to use it as efficiently as it is. And again, sometimes it won't lock. That's what the problem is with the Maverick clip mod. Is sometimes you need to be sure it's in place. So this is what you do. You gotta hear the click. Hear the click, you're good. You don't hear the click, you gotta keep fidgeting with it, which is kind of bad, but still. Those are from people who keep the bottom part on. Good. So, with the bottom part on, this wouldn't be able to fit. Look. With the bottom part on, this wouldn't be able to fit. And again, this thing's Velcro sucks monkey balls. So once I'm able to get my hands on a real big pin, I'll just pin it to the belt. Since this is like a latch belt, which means the peg goes through these holes, which means I can put a pin through these two little Velcro holding thingies, and then I can just keep it as it is, and then it won't be able to. Then it won't move as much. And you know what? I still gotta say, Razer, you make some banging shit. You make great padding. You know, I've worn these pads for at least 3 years or so, and yet they haven't dented once. That is awesome. But like I said, Razer makes some heavy-duty shit. How can you blame them? They're not going down the drain. They keep becoming more and more successful. They need to make better shit. They need to learn from their mistakes and triumph from them. And once they do, man, they make some banging merchandise. Some banging scooters, banging products. You know, they helped with the frickin', what do you call it? Forget what it's called. The one little skateboard where you got, I think it's a, I forget what it's called. Ripstick, the Ripstick. They helped with the Ripstick thing, I think. See, that proves that they make some banging shit. Ripsticks are pretty cool. I actually own one, but I don't go out on it much because it's hard to try and keep my balance. But it's a good test of balance. And it's a good workout for your core. It's almost as good as doing a whole day of sit-ups. If you are on the Ripstick long enough, a lot of kids are able to buff up real quick just from the calories burnt from trying to keep your balance and swiveling around. And they actually help with the scooter that helps you sway from side to side in order to propel it forward. You know, that's the interesting thing about them. They make great shit. But I'm going to keep repeating myself over and over if I keep talking about them, so. Again, like I said, you want to get a nice set of safety pins for this thing. If you're going to use this kind of pad or anything that uses Velcro, if you're gonna use them with jeans, it's not recommended because the jeans will, you know, fall as you're holding the Maverick. But with the Spectre, it's lighter. But the problem is, it's longer than the Maverick. And I can't do it with the Recon. Even without the clip. Actually, I really haven't tried it. So. Yeah, I can't do it with this because it holds the clip. And even without it, even without the clip, this thing is a little bulky for a pistol. Oh yeah, and there's one thing I almost forgot. The paint job. Well, it's not really a paint job, it's just decals. This shitty one, I know. But soon I'm going to be updating the decals. I originally named this thing the Killer Bee, but I said, that's a corny ass fucking name. That's when I painted the slide and some of it black, but the black faded. So I said, you know what, fuck it. I'm just going to go all out with a marker. So I went all out with a marker, and then I called it the Leopard's Claw. Because it looks like a baby leopard just clawed the shit out of it. Like, really, look. Doesn't that look like a little baby leopard just hopped on top of this thing and just went crazy with its claws? It really looks like it did. Or multiple of them did. I mean, see? Don't tell me that doesn't look like a baby leopard's claw mark. I did the same with the suppressor. I don't have my Spectre anymore. I think my mother threw it out because sometimes she can be a little, you know, skittish about it. But anyway, I'm gonna get going for this first part. Checking for part 2, which maybe, I don't know. That timeline may be scanning from, you know, a few minutes from now to tomorrow, and then I will keep you up to date on my newer projects. So, peace. This is Gaming Nerfer, signing off.